Yeah, unacceptable in a lot of different ways, especially on the defensive end. Must be better. Must play with a level of energy, intensity, physicality, aggressiveness that that I want to see, and I think that they begun to expect from themselves. But that that wasn't it. I mean, you can use all the different excuses, and I'm not going to do that. 19 turnovers for 28 points, unacceptable. 51% from them from the three-point line, unacceptable. Yeah, here we go.
Doug, how much of tonight and Levine's debut was this just a feel-out process of just guys trying to figure out where he likes to be, where they like to be, vice versa? How much of that was a feel-out process for y'all?
I mean, it's like that's part of what's going to happen. We have to find our way as a unit. They have to fill Zach out. Zach has to fill them out. But that's, you know, I'm not using any of that as an excuse. There's a level of energy that we have to make sure that we play with even through that process. Like there's going to be a process. I am first to claim that, but at the same time, there's also an intensity in different things that we have to at least, especially, on the defensive end of the floor. Offensively, we got really good offensive players. They'll find their way, but on the defensive end is where we have to make sure that we're locked in, communicating at a high level and making sure that we're physical.
Doug, the turnovers obviously tonight played a pretty big factor. Some of us were talking about how, it looked like for a while there you guys just had a lot less shots than the Magic, and part of that was the turnovers. How important is the turnover game for you guys, limiting those? And on the ball movement side, it seemed a little stagnant there. How much of that is, like Brandon was talking about, integrating Levine, and how much of that is a concern for you?
I'm a share the basketball guy, so I want our assists to be towards the 30 number. That means that we have to spray the ball, and you have to get a Magic credit. They're long and rangy, but you have to take care of the basketball. You can't give a team that is that good, that big, that athletic, that many extra possessions than you and expect to not only win a ball game, but be in a ball game. So, I want to see the ball hopping around, and it wasn't at the clip that we expect, and we'll be better. I mean, that's part of it. They're trying to, you bring a guy in, you show him some offensive sets, but at the same time, you want to play in flow. You want them to learn how to play with each other, and that part takes a second.
Two questions for you, DC. The first one is Malik has obviously a lot more responsibility upon himself now as a floor general and facilitator. On a night like tonight where he gets in foul trouble or, God forbid, he's out with injury or anything like that, how can the rest of the team do a better job of continuing to facilitate, get downhill, touch the paint like he does so well?
See, like even that, because like he goes out of the game, Zach's in the game, and now we're saying you never run the offense and you got to figure it out. So that's where we play through DeMar. We can also play through Domas, and that's the flow part of it. There are a couple sets that we can get into, but even the sets is like there's many things that I can tell you, but I know from playing that when you're out there, it's a read, and that's how I want them to play. I don't want them to run plays. I want them to learn how to play, and there's a big difference in that.
And then the second one, DC, is this is the second year in a row where Orlando's come into Golden One Center as one of the worst three-point shooting teams and then had these monster three-point shooting nights. How much of that is confidence-driven, and why does it seem like so many opponents come into here with the confidence that they'll be able to shoot well?
I mean, just like Arco, this is a good shooting gym. So that's part of it, but we have to make them feel us. That's another part of it. When I saw the statistics of where they were in three-point shooting, I immediately said, take that off the board. Nah, we're not showing that, because you got to show them respect. They're professionals. And at this level, anybody can knock down shots. You have to show them a level of respect. You have to close out with a sense of urgency, with a stick in. You got to jump to contest, not foul them. And then you have to rebound the basketball. And there were many times where we're just watching the ball bounce. Like, those are the things that for me are non-negotiables. Like, we not negotiating on that one. Those are effort plays, and we got to come up with them.
Doug, obviously, Zach, first game, like you said, it's a lot of filling out, reading and stuff. But how much throughout just today in general were you telling him he has to find moments to be very aggressive?
I don't really think I had to tell Zach too much when it comes to that. I think probably if you ask him, maybe what surprised him was the pace that we're looking to play with. That's different. He hasn't played in a few days and different things, so he's going to have to find his rhythm and the conditioning of, trying to find that. Even since I took over, our team had to find that because I wanted a different type of pace, make, miss, turnover, whatever it is. You get the ball in and we getting at people. And that is a little bit different. I mean, watching Chicago, I don't think they play at that type of pace. Not a lot of teams do, but we have guys that can get up and down the floor. And not only do we want to do that, but we want the ball hopping around, relocating quickly, getting your feet set, ready to shoot the basketball. And we'll be better. We will.
Doug, the offensive stuff, like with the feeling out theme here, where it makes sense that you're going to have to learn to play with a new guy, right? But on the defensive side with the three-point shooting, can that also be a factor where maybe he's learning how you guys do things and how you rotate and various little nuances of the defense?
Yeah, Jay, it's part of what you do. I mean, we're asking him to play a little bit of zone. And he had never played our zone before, so he doesn't really know. I like the corners to push up, and I want to slice the corner, make it a tough pass. Like, those are things. Everything is flat, coming to the middle of the floor. Little tiny nuances, and so he's thinking about that, but then he's thinking about the offense. And for me, thinking ain't where it's at. We don't think. We read and we react. Thinking is, nah. Appreciate you guys.